My husband Mike and we traveled recently to South Africa. And while we were there, we were able to book a tour to visit Adam's calendars through the Stone Circle Museum created by Michael Tallinger. It's a sacred site, and our guide Edwin gave us permission to film it, and we are going to post those videos here on my YouTube channel, and I'll put the links in the description below this video as well. But I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the tour with Edwin. He was quite remarkable. His passion for the ancientness of this circle on the land where he lives was outstanding, and we really enjoyed spending time with him. I just want to say that it's not a tourist attraction, it's a sacred site. And to me, that's really important for people to understand as they're listening to not only my own personal experience that I'll share with you here, but when you listen to the videos that Edwin is talking about the stone circle and the different aspects of it. It's when people go to visit this site, we want people to understand that sacredness and to be able to experience that sacredness. So not only the people who can visit it now, but future generations can also appreciate it and understand the significance of the site. So if you have an opportunity to visit South Africa and go to the Adams calendar, we just ask that you contact the Stone Circle Museum in order to book a tour with them. They are quite amazing, and we really appreciated the time that Edwin spent with us. When we actually stepped on the land where the circle is, it was like stepping into another world, another dimension. People talk about the stone circles as being, how can I say it? We look at them as the way that time is looked at as far as the solstices and the equinoxes, but it's much more than that. If you listen to the videos that Edwin is in, he talks about how the stones hold the ancient knowledge of the cosmos. And this is a really important piece. And so when I stepped onto the land, I could actually feel the truth of that. I could feel that it was not only a time dial, calendar. I mean, that's the way that it's kind of looked at, but it also, the stones, they hold the ancientness of the cosmos, and that was really evident when you actually stand on the land. So I just wanted to point that out. So when you hear it in the video, that it really is a truth. I could feel that. I could feel the energy come through. The energy on the land feels different than even a few miles from there. It's like there's a portal there that opens up. And as you step into that, you can receive the knowledge of the stones. You don't have to be a shaman. You don't have to be anyone special. But that information is available to everyone if you're willing to open up and really step into it as a sacred space and not as a tourist attraction. When I stepped onto the land and I could feel that energy shift, it was almost like being suspended, like where you see a drop of water in the movies, and when they hold it and it's suspended in the air, that's what it was like stepping into that space. It was different from being in any other space that I have been in. And I could see the energy come down to the stones. And what I really expected to see, and I don't normally see energy with my eyes like that, but I could actually see it, and I thought it would just be beams of light, but it actually showed up for me. It was almost like strands of DNA that came down into each of the stones that was in the circle. And each one, for me, I could visualize it as a combination of blue and green in color. And each time it went into a stone, I could feel the communication. So when we think about the stones as holding the energy, the information of the cosmos, It's not something that was downloaded there at one time. It's something that is still happening to this date. And so that energy flows into those stones. And then when you step into the stone circles, that each person who gets to experience it actually can connect with that. They can connect with the ancient information that is there, but the energy is also shifting and changing throughout time. And so when you go there and you can experience this, then the information is shifting and changing, and you can connect to the old and to the new energy and the new frequencies that are coming in. And I found that quite remarkable. And then once Edwin finished talking about the stones and the way that they were set up and what each one meant and its significance, then I took the opportunity to walk the path of initiate around the circle and into the center. And if you listen to his talk, he describes the type of stones that are used, and it's the same type of stones that are used in different stone circles throughout the world. Stones that don't come from the area where they are, but have been brought in from hundreds of miles away. And the stones in the center, he can explain it much better, so if you listen to the video, but in the center, between the two center stones, the energy actually shifts. And if you had a compass in your hand, what would be north and south, it reverses. And so as I entered into that center, I could feel a stillness in that space. It was the opening. It was like being held into the womb of creation is the only way that I could really explain it. It was like being held in a space where all possibilities could exist. Anything could exist. You could create anything. And I expected it to be completely silent, but it wasn't. There was the sound. And for me, it was the sound of creation. I can't replicate it. I'm not even going to try. But the sound that was there, and as I sat in that space, that space of emptiness with the sound of creation, it was like re-amplifying everything within inside of me, shifting and changing it, and allowing myself to be realigned and rebalanced to the energies that were there. And I also found this quite interesting because I hadn't experienced anything in that way before. So what my guidance is now is I actually meditate and connect with the energy of those stones, even though I am here in the United States and they're in South Africa. I connect to the stones on a daily basis, allowing myself to be realigned and rebalanced by connecting to the ancientness as I explore what information, what knowledge can be gained by connecting to that. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about my own personal experience as I stepped into the circle. It was pretty amazing experience. And again, if you have the opportunity to visit South Africa, to connect with the Stone Circle Museum and book a tour, Edwin was so passionate. He's so knowledgeable. He's has a big heart, and also his ability to paint the picture for people to be able to see what it was like in the times before us, so that we have a better understanding of the ancientness that existed long ago, but is also still being used today. People on the land and in the area, they still celebrate the solstices and the equinox at the sacred site. And again, that's why I just wanted to emphasize that it's not a tourist attraction, but it is actually a place of sacredness, a sacredness that anyone can experience. You can tap in at a distance. I will see if maybe Mike can add a few photos in here of the stone circle as well, so that you can have an opportunity to see what we saw and connect at a distance, even if you cannot visit there. But if you listen to Edwin's talk, you can imagine what it was like. You can put yourself into that place and travel there through your mind and experience those shifting energies, that place of creation. It's called the birthplace of the sun, but for me, it was more than that. It was that opening to that space of creation and allowing myself to be open to experience that and learn and shift and grow with those energies. Thank you.